With us now is Avi Melamed, geopolitical intelligence analyst. Avi, thank you so much for being with me. Why does Egypt care so much? Why are they clearly so invested in working with both Israeli security officials and Hamas with this ongoing dialogue to secure a long-term truce? Why do they care so much about this?
Well, thank you for having me. For a couple of reasons. First, we have to remember Gaza and Egypt have a long history going back together. Egypt ruled Gaza Strip between 1948 until 1967. And though Gaza Strip was not annexed to Egypt in many other aspects, Gaza Strip is woven into the Egyptian fabric. So this is one historical background. The other thing is that Egypt right now, actually, at this point, is the major winner, if I can use this term, out of that war, because Egypt was able to position itself as the factor that can get the truce or the ceasefire agreement on the ground. And most significantly for Egypt, it basically provides Egypt with a lot of credits with the new American administration, the Biden administration, who indeed expressed its gratitude to the Egyptian role. There is another reason why Egypt is so concerned about the story of Gaza, and that is the fact that Gaza, because mostly the radical control of Hamas, basically present a constant unrest challenge for Egypt in two major issues, in two major aspects. One, the repeating rounds of violence in Gaza Strip, each and every one of them could basically ignite the street in Egypt, though it did not happen, but it theoretically could cause that. And we have to remember, Hamas is part of the Muslim Brotherhood movement, who is defined in Egypt as a terror organization, and it's under the run. But Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt has a lot of supporters. Another reason for the Egyptians' intervention with the whole story is that Gaza Strip is part of Sinai Peninsula, and Egypt is facing a major challenges in Sinai Peninsula, namely the presence of ISIS and other Salafi jihadist groups that sometimes are either operating crossing from Gaza Strip to Sinai or using Gaza Strip as some sort of a back logistic base. There has been also reports in the past that militants of ISIS that were injured in clashes with the Egyptian army was basically taken care in hospitals in Gaza Strip. So these are some of the reasons why Egypt is concerned, as you said, about the situation in Gaza and about stabilizing it.
So in terms of actually agreeing to a long-term truce, something that may last years, maybe decades, is the big sticking point the prisoner exchange issue?
I don't know to say first if we are looking at a long-term decades ceasefire. I do anticipate that we will have a significant period of ceasefire. There is something very significant in this round, which is quite different from the previous one from the Egyptian perspective. In this round, or following this war, Egypt's role in Gaza Strip is much deeper now, not just in the sense of maintaining or achieving the ceasefire. Egypt is right now the major factor that is rehabilitating Gaza Strip. Right now, as we are talking, there are Egyptian machineries that are working in Gaza Strip. One of Egypt's national TV station was broadcasting from Gaza this morning in a special edition. In other words, what I'm saying to you is that Egypt is now very much involved in the situation in Gaza, and it's much more significant in previous two different times. In the context of what you ask, this is very significant because I think that because of the central role of Egypt right now in Gaza Strip, because of the dire situation of Gaza and Hamas, the odds for some sort of a deal regarding the issue of the prisoners, the odds are quite high, I would say. And I would anticipate that something will come out of that round of discussions.
Then I want to ask about will we hear anything? I mean, will it be similar to the Gilad Shalit deal where one night the newscasts just explain what happened and the country is kind of caught off guard? Will it be similar to that where the decision is announced, or will the public learn more beforehand about any long-term Egypt-mediated deal?
I don't know to say if we are going to have an announcement, an official announcement beforehand, but there has been a couple of clues. One of them, for example, was the whole issue of the canceling or postponing of the flags, the parade of the flags. It's very possible that one of the reasons beyond the scene has to do with some kind of a deal that is being under the run or under the make this very days towards the final stages. I do expect some sort of a deal to be carried out, but the different factors has an interest. However, it will not be similar to the story of Gilad Shalit. I don't anticipate that Israel is going to pay so high prices the same way it did in the story of Gilad Shalit. I think that Hamas, in the end of the day, will have to compromise on that round regarding the issue of the prisoners. And I think that this is something that very likely will take place.
All right. Avi, thank you so much for being with us, giving us your perspective and analysis of the story. Great to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.